This is a tutorial for making a polymer clay magic wand. First, let's talk about supplies. You'll need a wooden base like a skewer, chopstick, or a barkless stick, polymer clay, and oven-safe decorations like pieces of glass, wire, beads, etc. Make sure you're using polymer clay and not modeling clay. Modeling clay will melt all over your oven. It should say oven-baked clay on the clay you have. Choose your wand's base color and start warming up the clay by pinching and rolling it in your hands. It should become elastic and able to bend. It might take a few minutes, but eventually you'll be able to start wrapping the clay around your wooden base. I'm using a wooden skewer. I like to roll the clay into a short snake, squish it flat, and then pinch it around the skewer. But you can have fun doing it however you want. Your hands are your tools and you can smush and smooth the clay. If a part doesn't turn out the way you want, you can always rework it. In fact, with polymer clay, you can rework it as many times as you need. Once the wand is completely covered in the first layer of clay, you can begin to add decorations. You can press objects into the clay to make cool textures. Maybe try leaves or bark. You can also carve designs into the clay or add designs with other pieces of clay. Just press gently to make sure that they stick. Here I'm rolling out some thin snakes of clay to make a spiral along my wand. Since I'm using orange clay, I think I'm going to make my wand fire-themed. Now I'm using my thumb to smooth the edges of my decoration into the base clay to help it stick nicely when it bakes. You can also stick decorations directly into the clay. Any oven-safe thing you have lying around the house will work. For example, I have some glass beads, some pieces of sea glass, even metal bits. If you're like me, you might have a treasure chest full of shiny objects that you've been saving for projects. If you're not sure whether something is safe to go in the oven, ask an adult. And if it's not safe, you can always press it into the clay, then take it out. Then, once the clay is baked, you can glue the object into the indent you made earlier. I found a cool glass bead that I want to put at the tip of my wand. So I'm going to press it into the clay and then add some clay around it to make sure it sticks. Now, I have some pretty cool ribbon and string that I want to attach to my wand, but that can't go in the oven. So I'm taking a small piece of wire and bending it into a loop, which I'm then going to stick into the clay. You can make as many of these loops as you want to attach anything to the wand. Now set your oven to 275 degrees. Put the wand on a foil-lined baking sheet and put it in the oven for at least 15 minutes. When you take it out of the oven, make sure to let it cool for at least 10 minutes.
What are you teaching them to make?
Magic wands.
Cool.
If any of your metal loops come out, you can just stick a little glue on the ends and put them right back in. Now's also the time to add final decorations. Glitter, leaves, feathers, paint, anything you can think of. I'm adding my flame-colored ribbons. And that's how I use polymer clay to make my magic wands. We can't wait to see what you guys come up with.